Hello, everyone. Welcome to ESC Fan TV. Tonight we're going to look at Eurovizija.lt. I don't know why it's named like a website. It just is. So let's say hello to our panel. We've got the wonderful Donna. Hello, Donna.
Oh, I've been promoted to wonderful. Hello. Nice to be back and see some more Lithuania. I missed this last year, so it'd be good to be back on this one.
And we've got the delicious Matt.
Oh, hello. Nice to see you all.
And we've got two of my favourite things next. What should we go with? We'll have cheese and chocolate. It's Paul and Andrew.
Hi, everyone.
Hiya, you're right.
We are, yeah. So let's get on with it.
Time on Lithuania. We're so excited.
Well, everyone's excited, so we'll just get on with it. So this is Lithuania. It's the 25th time in Eurovision. The debut was in 1994. They've been to the final 17 times, and they are the only Baltic country that has never won. Aww. But their best result, Phil was thrilled with this, was LT United with We Are the Winners in 2006. Obviously. Oh, I throw my paper on the floor, Phil.
Oh no. Professional as ever.
Oh, where's it gone? Get it lined up.
Shall I join to say it again? Oh, I appear to have thrown the right piece of paper on the floor. Phil can't find it, so it's fine. So there was 45 songs over 5 semi-finals, with 12 going through to the final, then 3 going through to the super final, and it was split 50% jury and 50% public. So shall we take a look at the ones? I'm not going to call them. Yeah, should we take a look at the losers that didn't get through to the super final?
Just take me on a date, I want you, 'cause there's something in your eyes that I need. So the way that I dance, my soul awake. All that we want is freedom, freedom. I think I'm running out of time. Keep going, 'cause you're not fond of me, and I deserve to be desired. Questo adesso guardes, e con questo adesso armadis, pensakis. I would have preferred it had it used to sidewalk. Walking back, say my name, right seat again, slow again.
So we had Black Bicep with Viseb Man Reich, Amuralu with Freedom, Goya, After Storm, Anianya, yeah, Running Out of Time, Petunia with Sal Duma, Sophie Ali, The Bluest Bell, Just with Barad Ulin, 8, which means tired, Gebrassi with Hole, and Nui, Just Take Me on a Date. So let's start with Paul and Andrew. Do you think any of those should have gone through to the super final?
No.
For me, I would have put Grabisi by Hole, which was the I thought that was quite impressive visually. It was also quite a haunting, great voice. I thought it was a good song. I just didn't know if it was strong enough. I thought he was actually better than the song, and I'd love to see him come back again next year. I thought that was a really good response. I just want to also say to song 1, no.
Yes.
Which one was song 1?
The Take Me on a Date one.
Take me on a date.
Take me on a date.
Oh, but that's the cosplay one that we could have done if that had gone through.
If it had,
That'd have been brilliant, yeah.
Seriously, it wasn't that brilliant. It was
The best thing about it was the jacket, wasn't it? Really?
Did you like the fact though that they actually had the backing singers on stage and it wasn't like a backing track with the backing singers on it. They were there and they were having a good old time. I quite like that. The fact that they did that.
I thought that the backing singers looked embarrassed, to be quite honest with you. Honestly,
No, they
I wrote that
didn't.
down. I did.
It
Especially
was
when it says,
actually-
like, the lyrics included "push me down the bed." I mean,
That
you know,
that
that's-
particular song had been changed from the semi-final. They hadn't reworked the lyrics, but they'd actually reworked the staging to make it. Yeah,
He was a table, wasn't he?
yeah, he was at a table, and then they had a mirror in the background as well. So he'd be talking himself up to work, up to a date, and he was also with a lady at the table as well. So it was a bit more theatrically staged last time. So they've pared it back into a more sort of sultry, silhouette-y, black and white staging as we saw in the final.
Maybe they fell out.
I think one of the other songs I just want to give a special mention, Sophie Ali, The Bluest Bell. I heard the intro of this song, and for the whole song, I was basically thinking, what does this song remind me of? What does this song remind me of? And I basically completely missed the song, and then it just seemed to fizzle out. And it dawned on me then when I watched it the second time, it reminds me very much of Loiny Sea by Zoe.
Luandi C. Yeah,
2016, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, good knowledge there.
I just remember because we were there and she was like all over the Euroclub all the time. You couldn't escape from her.
God, yeah.
I really wanted her to swing on the swing. I mean, she had a garden swing. As a
I know. What was that about?
it.
It was
But-
just there for set dressing. It wasn't rated on anything.
Health
I
and safety.
did like the song, and and that would have been one that I would have put through the first half. The second half, she was slowed down and became quite dull. But the first half, I thought she sounded a bit like Lily Allen, quite a boppy number, and I quite liked it. But just a game of two halves, I guess you could say.
Thank you very much. Matt, did any of those stick out to you for good reasons or for bad reasons?
So I liked a few of them. I thought Sophie Ali, I thought wasn't bad. She reminded me the way she sung was quite like Armenia's song in 2022. I thought that was quite relaxing. I thought that one was all right. The other one was I don't know how you say it, Petunia.
Junior.
That's it. And yeah, I quite like that one. I thought that was very catchy. Went from like loud to quiet. I thought it was very different. I also liked Lion. I don't know how. He went through, didn't he?
Yeah, we're not talking about that one yet.
Shh.
Yeah. And then also Black Biceps. I thought that was all right. I liked how they sung together well. I thought it really stood out. I don't think that was too bad. But yeah, overall, I thought there were some okay songs, but I did think last year they had a bit better ones overall.
Brilliant. Phil.
Well, obviously, anyone who's watched this would know I'm a sucker for anyone who appears on a stage with an accordion. So yeah, the Black Biceps, that was just heaps of fun.
We
And
thought of you guys.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
You had a little dance routine and everything.
I know.
The
It
only
was so good.
it did remind me a little bit of Estonia last year. It was that sort of fun type of upbeat song. But yeah, I love that. I was surprised that didn't do better, but I think it came fourth. I'm not sure, but I think it came fourth. So
It doesn't matter, does it? It matters well
Yeah.
come last.
I actually wrote for this song, Black Biceps, no, think Michelle will love this.
Yes, and I did. I absolutely did. But why are they called Black Biceps? I don't Google it because I don't want to know what it means. I'm not falling for that trick again. Not for anything. It was absolutely bonkers. It was absolutely brilliant. But you can only have one bonkers one in the super final, to be fair.
I quite like Goya as well. I was quite haunting, but she had a really intense expression.
I put that there, very intense
Yeah.
staring. It was
Yeah.
just like, she was just like this.
Yeah.
And I also put, oh, good, interpretive dancing. Said nobody ever. Stop it with interpretive dancing. Nobody likes it. We like choreographed things that don't look like you turned up pissed at a disco and thought, oh, good luck, I'm a treat. Stop it now.
But yeah, Amaralu was, I mean, she could sing. She had a decent voice. I thought the backing track didn't seem to go right with the song.
Why did she only have half a face of makeup on? Did anybody else notice this? She had one, you watch it back, Don, honestly. She's got one eyebrow done, so the other one looks low. She's got one eye with the eyeliner on and everything. It was the first thing I noticed, and I said, why she got half a face of makeup on? It annoyed me all the way through it.
Well,
She's had a stroke.
I thought there was something lacking in the performance. Maybe that's what it was.
What did you want to say, Matt?
Oh, sorry. I was just saying maybe she ran out of time.
I know that you men folk might not know this, but when a woman does a face of makeup, you don't think, I'll completely do one half of my face and then I'll do the other half of the face.
I
She did spend some of it in darkness and some of it in light, didn't she? So she only had one earring in as well.
Yeah, that was the side with the makeup on.
Yeah.
Maybe she thought, oh, only this side's going to get lit up, so I might as well not bother with this side.
I considered doing it.
She wasn't going to move.
You think
Nobody
it's
had
the cost
noticed.
of living crisis?
Half of everything. Is there anything else, Phil?
Not for me, no.
What did you think to Petunia? I wondered, because I thought it was quite traditional. Maybe it's a traditional Lithuanian sound, and then I thought, oh, she's wearing something traditionally Lithuanian, sort of lacy. And then I saw the bottom half, and I thought, I don't think thigh-length boots are traditional Lithuanian clothing.
Well, I think she's gone for a kind of look that is based on the traditional outfit, because she's got the whole like woven necklace, hasn't she?
Yes,
And then the headband and bow. But if you think back to our favourite Polish entry, it's something like that, basically. She's not going to go like milk churning at any time soon, but it's got the modern twist to it. So, you get a little bit of leg reveal and stuff. So, and of course it as well. Why not?
Yeah. I like the choreography in that one. So
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I actually like the whole staging for that one. Out of any of them, that would have been my winner, actually. I do like a little bit of folky, ethnic-y, as Open would have put it, a cultural orgasm. That was the one for this time, wasn't it? So, yeah, sung in Lithuanian. I loved her lower vocal as well. It was really deep, very pure voice. It just reminded me a bit of, back in the day when Enigma were quite big. It got that kind of, pop ethno vibe to me. And then just randomly chuck a dancer in for a little bit of the bridge. And I thought they used the staging quite nicely and bringing colour and stuff into the background to lift from the black and white. Everybody seems to be having a black and white time this time, weren't they? There's very little change apart from Sophie Ali had that grey dress on, which I see what you mean now about Loin d'ici. It's very similar to that kind of floatiness. And yes, it reminded me of a staging for A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Did you like it?
I don't know. It
was a bit too fairy tale childlike.
Yeah, it was a bit too cutesy and nicey.
We don't do cutesy nicey, do we, Phil?
And she was
Sophie,
she was sat on the floor for half the song as well.
Yeah. Well, at least she wasn't lying down.
Well, I mean, she could have sat on that swing.
She could have done, but if it wasn't actually attached to anything apart from the little sort of arch, the greenery arch,
that'd have been brilliant.
Well, they made fabulous TV though.
Paid good money for it. Yeah,
she would have got 250 quid off You've Been Framed.
But it was just like a fairy tale. It's all sweet and cutesy. Then all of a sudden, all the sky goes red and there's lightning, and then obviously something quite bad might have happened. I don't know. Maybe a wolf at a nana or something. I don't know. But that was the sort of vibe that I got from it.
I actually quite liked Anya as well. Anya, is that how you say it? The Running Out of Time. Well, he definitely ran out of time, didn't he? But his voice is naturally beautiful. It was such a pure gospel-y voice. I don't know if Lithuania are quite ready for that sound yet, honestly. It
annoyed me that the clock had just now on all the hours, because if you're running out of time, well, obviously you need to have time to run out of time, but he didn't. He just had it. It was just any time, all the time. So What's that about?
You mean that it should be? I've run out of time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apart from that, I'm all right.
I thought the clock thing was a bit amateurish at the beginning, and then it all went mega. It all went like digital clocks all over the place, and it all went very Marcus and Martinez.
Yes.
And yeah, I liked it. I didn't think the song was up to the staging, though, to be honest.
I think he's another one of the artists, I think, where his voice was actually better than the song.
Yeah.
I think actually that's one of the things to take from this show. There were a lot of actually quite good singers, but I don't think the songs were just quite good enough. And I think Running Out of Time was one of those things where it seemed to draw me in at first, and then just didn't. It just seems to like fizzle out a bit and didn't go anywhere. If it had actually built or done something, I think that could have done quite well.
And that's how I felt a little bit about Justy. The lady with the guitar.
The mumbly one.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Although to be fair, there are a few that mumbled in their particular style of singing. But yeah, she was just tired. And it never went anywhere from being tired.
Why?
Which was a shame because she's got a lovely voice and it was a nice country sound. Like a lot of it I like the music for, but not necessarily either the lyrical content or the way they performed it, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah.
But why did she have a guitar? Why did she have a guitar? Play yet again for like a minute or whatever, and then just go, I'm not going to play it anymore. And it's still going on. We all know you're not playing it because it's still carrying on. Either play it all the way through or just don't bring it on. It makes you, I think, anyone on their own with a guitar at Eurovision, it just makes you too static.
Yes.
And it's just rubbish.
Apart from Victor Crumb. Victor Crumb with his appearing and disappearing guitar.
It's always difficult to actually sort of really bring somebody singing with the guitar to life when you've got no other backing dancers or singers or whatever. I was trying to think of the lady from early 2000s in Eurovision where her actual national final was really great. She was just her and a guitar, and then they totally revamped her, made her sing and dance and play a bit of guitar, and it didn't work. She fell really flat. I'll think of it now after the show, but I just couldn't think who she was. If you can think of that description, anybody in chat, please put it in chat. I just can't think of her name now.
You've got no hope, Donna. But
sorry. I'm rubbish.
Does anybody else have anything to say what we haven't already said?
No.
Also, like playing the guitar, I actually like the simplicity of it. I thought it was quite a nice, but it's almost like she needed, when the Irish, they qualified again for the first time in years with
Little Ryan O'Shaughnessy.
And they had the two dancers. I thought having somebody like that behind her might have just broken it up a little bit.
Yeah, and that wasn't interpretive dancing. They were telling a story.
Yeah, that's it. Something a bit more theatrical to bring out the story is always appreciated. But there was a lot of interpretive dance going on in this one.
I've never seen another interpretive dance in my life. So anyway, on that note, shall we have a look who got through to the super final? Who will it be?
Kas?
Kas ten yra? Kas ten yra?
Lion Chica atrodė 380 ir Eurovizija keliauja.
So we will kick off with third place, which was Leaper. Read my writing, don't know.
Leaper.
Oh, thank you. Armil Tum. So let's talk about that one because we'll do it in threes. It'll be fine. Matt, what did you think of that?
I thought it was all right. I thought it was quite catchy. I thought quite futuristic. It was nice to hear some Lithuanian in it. I put good singer, liking the hands behind her at the start. There's all these like hands going on. I thought that was good. I put it reminded me of something you'd hear in a nightclub. Yeah, I thought overall not bad, quite catchy, something you could dance to, and yeah, I think something that if it did make it to Eurovision, I think it could have done all right. I think.
Yeah, it'll be in the Euro Club. I'll be having a bop in the Euro Club to it. Donna, what did you think of that one?
Well, apart from her name in Finnish sounds like bread, basically I just thought it was a bit retro. Like it's definitely been done before many times, which is a bit of a shame. Her vocal and her performance was good, but she was clearly surprised to get through to the super final. I like a bit of a laser show, and the whole thing looked very slick and sexy as well. It's definitely a good club number, but definitely nothing that hasn't been done time and time again. So for me, it was just middle of the road, sadly. I can see why people like it, though.
Yeah. Paul and Andrew, what do you think?
Well, I like a good banger, but I don't think this was really very good. It was moderate. It was okay. Sort of middle of the road dance track. It didn't really convey any drama or anything like that. And it ended just like that, just ended. There was no sort of dramatic ending or climax. It just went, ugh, that's it. So, yeah. On the plus side, though, she did have a good voice.
And I thought it was very much a formulaic, just dance track for. It's almost like they asked AI, write me a dance track for Eurovision so I can go in and do that. It was just very much. I thought the staging was very good, and that was actually better than the song. And she had a good voice. Again, like we said, I've said, for so many other artists, they had a good song, and I think they were better than the actual song.
Well, I happen to think that you're all deluded. I thought it was a fab dancey song. I thought it had a bit of substance about it. I loved the slow build before you got to the sort of dancey bit. It was a nice build instead of it all being on one level. I thought the choreography was great. I loved the staging. I thought it was a shame it was so dark. Needed lightening up a bit.
I thought it was unusual. To me, it sounded like the song was a ballad, but with a dance backing track to it. It was a little bit unusual.
But that's what we want.
Yeah.
We want a bit of unusual.
I thought it was all right. I didn't think it deserved any better than third, but
I think it was in the right. Yeah, it finished in the right position. To be fair, but I think it should have been it should have been in the top three. I thought it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And we will be dancing to it at the club. Well, you won't. You'll be at the bar buying more gin for me. So in second place, we had Lion Kecker with Drobe. Who wants to kick us off that? Go on, you kick us off then. What did you think to this?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Right. I thought the heavy breathing at the start was so last year. We did that with Switzerland. It seemed like it was a student project for a dance class. And he looked like he'd been in a fight. He had blood and marks everywhere. That all said, because there was so many sort of like bits, it was like there was a bit here, then a bit there, then a bit there. The actual sum of its parts was just like, it was crazy. It was wonderful. It reminded me, I don't normally like this kind of song, but it was very much like, I got the same kind of vibes as Croatia in Liverpool of Stum. It was the fact that I don't normally like those kind of songs, but it just had something that drew me in. But it was just crazy.
Yeah, I thought so too. It was weird and wonderful. It was kind of the Roop 2.0, maybe you could say. But the Roop does opera. I don't know. His voice went from sort of poppy to operatic and then back again.
And he's got the little dance moves behind him.
Yeah, the fabulous dance moves would have done very well. Yeah. Eurovision would have loved it.
Oh, yeah, I wrote Eurovision would have loved it. Donna, this must be right up your street. You've got a good 10 minutes. Off you go.
How did you actually guess? This is like my second favourite out of it all. So I'm very happy it made the top 3. It was one of the last performances as well. So I was like, oh, come on, this has to get somewhere. Who doesn't like a bold man with a bit of scarring? You know what I mean? And what was the little antenna all about at the back? Did you see that? On all of them, they had the little Teletubby like antenna thing. Very
I dread
bizarre.
to think what they're plugged into.
But everybody had them. But I loved the actual scarring work. The makeup team did a fantastic job with that because it must have taken a long time to actually sit there and just on all of them, even though it was just a little bit. And I liked the reveal as well of him having the blood staining, if you like, down there. Apparently, drobe means canvas. So he was basically saying, "Let me be your canvous." And
Oh God, it's modern art.
Yeah, the whole
I hate
thing.
that.
The whole
Almost
thing.
dancing.
Oh dear! Now I've just ruined your day.
You have. You absolutely have.
You know, that's what the white was all about, and that it's a shame it didn't build into colour. Like we'd have a little bit of a reveal, you know, apart from the arms on the jacket and stuff. But yeah, I actually did like it. And originally, it gave me really dark 1984. You know, everybody's watching you vibes, a bit creepier. But I thought, obviously, the use of stage was really quite good. Yeah, the stairs thing, a bit weird. But, you know, you got to do something a bit different. They used the stage well. They engaged with the audience well. The camera work was good. It reminded me a lot of Constructor, funnily enough, in many ways. And I thought, yeah, something like Hattori might do at some point. Just that little bit out there. The bit that annoyed me was it was a bit too jarring, the way the sounds changed to operatic style, to, you know, pop style, to very electronic stuff.
You see, Nemo won doing a trick like that last year.
That's what I said. And he's got the kind of similarity in the head voice. He can hold the note really well, like Nemo had, but it's not quite the same power as Nemo. I think the whole thing with Nemo was it was a lot smoother. This one was a little bit, it needed just a little bit of reworking, but I really liked it anyway.
I think it's more because it was more industrial almost. It was trying to be heavier.
Not necessarily. I mean, obviously you don't want to be another Nemo, you know. There was obviously a style in mind. But yeah, the way it jumped from one style to the next style to the next style was not always as smooth as it could be. So maybe that was deliberate choice. I just thought it wasn't so as pleasant on the ear for some people, which is a bit of a shame. But I did enjoy it anyway.
I knew you would, Donna. Fancy that. Matt, now I definitely know that this is going on your playlist.
Yes, it was really different, really unique. That there were some parts that I really liked, but then there were other parts which I felt were a bit like undercooked. I felt like it was almost as if he was like making up as he went along, and I just felt that if there was more work done to it, he probably could have won. Yeah, there was so much stuff going on. I thought it was very futuristic. It was a mix of fast and slow. There were some parts where he was just making these like really weird noises. But there was a lot of flashing going on as well, which I didn't quite like. Yeah, quite strange. I thought his makeup was quite weird as well. It was very different, but yeah, I did feel that if they did a bit more work to it, maybe didn't make it so odd, it could have done better and maybe could have even won, I think.
Thank you very much, Matt. The floor is yours, Phil. You've got about 25 minutes.
25 minutes. I don't know if it can last that long, but my goodness, this should have won.
His little face.
This should have won. I did think, I seen the black biceps, I thought, it's an accordion, nothing can beat this. And then I saw this. It was mental. It was absolutely bonkers. It looked like some sort of religious cult doing some sort of performance.
You look like Dr. Evil.
And I didn't know what on earth was going on. I still don't. And like, just when you think, well, it can't get any more weird, it does. There's the dance, there's the stairs. And I know, Donna, you said you thought the stairs were a bit weird. It was all a bit weird.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they have stairs at the end draped in a cloth?
How weird does it have to be for Donna to go? The stairs.
I don't know. They just weren't retractable stairs, were they? That would have just made my day.
I know.
They weren't the death stairs that we've been watching for the past week at San Remo, is that way?
But my goodness, this was brilliant. I still don't know what was going on. It was sort of, I want to be your canvas and sort of thing. So I guess it's sort of being
in a way, I've just realised that it's probably a little bit similar to Luke Black. It's sort of a student-y type project, a bit avant-garde, a little bit out there.
I was going to say it was like a bit like Conan Osiris with telemovies. I don't even remember that one from Portugal. That was completely bonkers as well.
Even sound-wise, a little bit like that as well.
Yeah, but the dancers didn't do the drop onto the backsides.
Yeah, I wonder if his little ball bags recovered from that. Like, everyone just went.
It was. I absolutely loved it.
So
it was crackers. He should have gone. He should have won.
I put, oh my God, James Bond villain. Weird start that only got weirder and weirder. I thought it was very powerful performance, but then I didn't know if I loved it or if I hated it. It's like going, and then there were parts where I sort of felt uncomfortable. I don't know if it was like how he was singing it and the arrangement and what was going on. It sort of made you feel a bit strange watching it. It was, it's really hard for a song to make you sort of feel uncomfortable by watching it, which I thought was really weird. I put absolute batshit crazy would have done so well at Eurovision. It's a shame. We need shit like this at Eurovision because this is the bread and butter of Eurovision.
I like songs like this. They sort of wake you up, don't they? You sit through bangers and bops and ballads, and suddenly something comes on, and you go, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah, I've not seen a Mad Butcher for a while. What's going on?
Ignore, is it? Where like some of the UK entries where we've gone middle of the road and nice and safe. You either love it or hate it, sort of thing, or probably both at the same time.
I think it was very unusual and very unlucky that the backing dancers, well, can you call them backing dancers? The other performers, apart from the man, had exactly the same scar. So whatever accident they had, they'd all had exactly the same accident. Really unlucky.
Perhaps it was a pane of glass that came and swiped them across the forehead.
That's when they were trying to frame the canvas.
I don't know. Nobody knows. And that's the beauty of it. We still don't know what's going on. And in 10 years' time, we'll go, no, clueless.
It's one of those songs that I think now I've seen the lyrics, I much prefer it without knowing what the lyrics are, because you can interpret it in any way you like and it's interesting for you. That's the thing. The sound of it draws you in. The lyrical rhythm of it draws you in. The performance element in this case could be absolutely anything, really. But they're so intensely convincing that you like it.
And you spend 3 minutes. You spend 3 minutes just going.
Yeah. And then you're thinking about it. It's far from a dull performance. It's very memorable. And when you actually watch some of these, you go, all right, next. All right, next. I've forgotten the ones from the beginning.
It was very powerful, the performance.
Yeah, it was. But some parts were sort of unnerving. And he meant it. Oh my God, he meant it. Well, anyway, on that note, the winner was Catharsis and Tavo. Oh, Phil, let's start with you. After that, I feel a bit sort of just talking about that other song.
I sort of felt like I should like this song, but I didn't quite. And I don't know. I just thought it was a bit dirgy and monotone. I mean, it wasn't for me. I don't know why. Because, it's a band, sort of a rocky sounding band. But I don't know if it's because I'm comparing it to Lion, but yeah. I don't know. I think it was a bit gloomy for my taste.
Oh, thanks a lot, Phil.
I'm sorry. I'm
going to save my opinion for the end because I think I might have a different opinion to everybody else. So Matt, let's go to Matt. What did you think of the winner, and was it a deserved winner?
No. I'm going to agree with Phil. I thought it was quite boring. I felt like the main singer just couldn't be asked to be there. But out of the top three, Lipa was my favourite, and she came third. Then Lion, who came second, and then how do you say it? Catasis was my third one. I just felt like it couldn't be asked to be there. I thought the background was quite interesting. But yeah, just in general, I just found it very dull. I just couldn't wait for it to end, to be honest. And I just think it's a shame. I don't think Lithuania had some great songs this year, but I do think they had better ones than this. And with this song, I'm just thinking, don't think it's going to qualify. I don't think.
Well, thanks for that, Matt. That's cheered me up no end. Let's go to Paul and Andrew. I bet you love this. This is right up your street.
Right up my street. I really liked it. Yeah. I think if you take My Chemical Romance, U2, Sigur Rós, and Coldplay, put them in a big bag and shake it, tip it out, you're going to get this band. I was
with you until you said Coldplay.
All right then, but even without Coldplay, if you took those other ones, I quite liked it. I mean, I'm not completely overwhelmed by it, but it was good. It's not very Eurovision-y though, is it? Let's face it. But they could work on it. The staging could be worked on, and I do think that if they work on it,
get some miniskirts and have them ripped off.
Well, there you go. It's worked before in the past, I've heard.
Yeah, not necessarily that sort of thing, but if they get rid of those horrible grey outfits, the straight jackets or whatever they're wearing, and work on the staging a bit, it could be a proper moment at Eurovision. With the stage lighting and lasers or whatever, a big rocky number like that has been known to do well. You didn't like it then?
I absolutely hated it. Hated it. It was basically The Cure pre-pubescent.
No.
Was just
The Cure band in our house. Honestly, if they come on the radio or anything like that, I will turn them off. These are nothing like The Cure, and I will not have you say them.
It was just misery for misery's sake. It was like they were singing an apocalyptic love song after they'd had a nuclear war, and they were all sort of like and it was like, you've just found out your mum's dead, and that's the good thing of the day. Sorry, no, not for me.
Brilliant. That's cheered me up no end. Donna likes this.
No. Sorry. You put yourself on mute. There you go.
Did it not remind you a tiny little bit of Hungary?
Oh, AWS.
AWS. Do you not remember?
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, it reminded me actually of Southern Lights.
Oh.
And when you first actually hear their song, you've got this kind of offbeat, kind of jarring, and you're like, do I like this? This is a bit weird. This is a bit odd. And as you hear it more and more, I think it's going to be one of those songs. It'll be a bit of a grower, which is not a great thing, as we know, in Eurovision. It does sound a little monotone. And I can see what they're going for, this kind of doom and gloom aesthetic. And somebody mentioned earlier, I think in the chat, that Daddy Freya wants his straitjacket back. Because they have got the same kind of design with the hotel porters with the dots and stuff on. But they all came out with their prison issue jammies to kind of present the number. They're a fairly new band from what I can gather, and they've only really had a few singles, but it looks like they've got a really big fan base already, so they will do well. Just looking at the actual results as well in the voting, they were miles ahead of everyone else. Nobody could catch them. So, they are very popular at the minute and capturing the mood. I was just looking at the lyrics in a kind of English translation. The chorus is, "Your eyes see the pain. My eyes only feel. Your eyes see the pain. My eyes only feel." And then it keeps going on in a similar vein. with a bit of wailing. So it's not a happy, cheery song. Yeah, empty words only increase the fire. The houses are burning. It's it's a little bleak disaster song. But it could do well still. It could. They might have a bit of reworking on the staging, I think. If they can bring out a little bit more understanding of what it is, rather than just give the rock band motif. Because I think bands struggle sometimes at Eurovision. Many times we've seen them actually really good performances, really good songs, but they're just not delivering because of the staging needs to be fairly simple to get all the band on stage. So I don't know how this will go.
Usually use like lighting effects, don't they, for a big band like this? So sort of strobes and things like that.
I think you have to play up to its style, don't you? This has the rock aesthetic to a point. So yeah, stage it quite simply sometimes might work.
I think we'll be pleasantly surprised. I think we'll all change our minds.
I think
can we remind ourselves which semi-final this is in?
We're going to do that afterwards. It's here, Donna. Calm down, everyone. Calm down.
Getting ahead of myself. I apologise.
I would just like to say, I bloody loved it. I thought it built and it built and it built, and it was getting quite rocky and heavy towards the end. It didn't start out that sort of way. And I just thought, oh my God, this is brilliant. I just thought the way that he was very into it, and he was no way going to look down that camera with sexy eyes at you or anything like that. And I laughed my way through this. I thought it's brilliant, and I'm glad it won. And I'm glad it's going to Eurovision, because having a look at where it is, it's going to stand out a mile. There's going to be nothing else like this at Eurovision. How many already mediocre sort of middle of the road songs have we got that you can't remember? Now, you're not telling me that you're going to watch this and then go, oh no, I've no idea, what was it? Yes, you know what it is, even if they are wearing grey clothes, which I don't really approve of, but you remember who they are and they stand out, and people vote for things that are a bit more peculiar, that stand out. People like it. What else did it? Oh, I think the only thing that might harm it at Eurovision is the screaming at the end. And that word, I can't remember what the word was, but he just shouts a word over and over and over again. Yeah, and then just sort of curls in a ball and goes, ah!
It's not Lithuanian for singing, is it?
Not on this occasion, though. It's actually the word "your," I think.
Oh, right.
The title is "Your Eyes," and I think Tavo is just.
It's going to stand out an absolute mile. It's going to stand out. You're going to put your half-naked women in there and all that and everything. You're going to forget about that, because once you've seen 50 half-naked women, you've seen everything, haven't you? But this is going to stick in your mind. Trust me on this. And I think not only are Lithuania going to qualify, I think they're going to come 9th in the grand final.
Ooh, another prediction.
Ooh. Are you going to put a tenner on it, Michelle?
9th in the grand final. Can you bet on who's going to come 9th?
Sure you can.
I just think how miserable they are, and the song is, they're going to the right country, because if it all goes wrong, they've always got Dignitas to go to.
Ooh, that's a bit harsh.
Do you know what?
Oh.
I might just put you on a list. We haven't had the list for a while because everyone's been good girls and boys, but you could possibly be on a list. So anyway, in the semi-final, it's in the second semi-final. It's second up. So you've got
no, that doesn't mean he's second up. It's in the first half.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's in the first half. It's not in any order. Then. Oh, right. So it's in the first half. So I think if it's in the latter part of the first half, it'll be all right. But I think maybe you're not going to kick off your second semi-final with that, are you? It's like,
no. Although it'll not be near an ad break, because unless they go for a different kind of staging, because obviously they'll save those spots for ones that are more prop heavy.
Yeah, well,
they'll need to move around.
We've got in the first half, we've got Austria, Armenia, Montenegro, Greece, Ireland, Australia, and Latvia. So there's going to be a few half-naked women there, and a Norwegian woman singing about a dead dog.
I was going to say, just put them on after Leica and the mood will instantly drop.
Saying what? You don't want to talk about a dead dog and then put these on. That'll tip people over the edge.
But the song's about dog becoming alive again.
No, because we all know that Leica went round the Earth 4 times before she froze to death and possibly defrosted as she came back through the Earth's atmosphere and then burnt to death.
Maybe that's it. You've got Ireland bringing the sort of mood of, ooh, what could have happened to Leica? And then you've got Lithuania say, well, what probably could happen to Leica?
The before and after.
Oh my God, we are so going to get kicked off.
Eurovision sounding very bleak this year.
Well, I don't know.
At least it is a dance song.
There's plenty to come yet.
There's plenty to come yet. You want bleak? France haven't released their song yet.
Well, I'm sure we'll have a balance as we normally do by the end of it. So
It always, at this stage in the game, we always panic and think, oh my God, it's going to be like the worst Eurovision ever. Panic, panic, panic. And it all works out all right in the end. Always.
I mean, one good thing you've got to say about all the songs that have qualified, not just this one, it seems like the national languages are actually coming back in again. And that's a good thing, I think, to actually sort of like sing in your own language. I think that's something to be applauded.
Yeah, I never translate the songs either. I like just listening to them and sort of making up what I think it could be about and everything. It didn't take a genius to work out what they were singing about, to be fair. Because I think the last one that I did translate was Diodato, and then I've just cried now every time I hear it. So I'm never translating another foreign language song ever again.
Well, that's what happened when I translated Kristiki's song this time. And I was
it just spoils it. It's the equivalent of reading a book and then complaining that the film isn't like the book. Don't read the book. Then the film, you're not going to ruin a film, are you?
I mean, I remember when I was in nursing college, there was an Israeli song by Rita, I think, and it was this sort of like Kate Bushy type thing. And so I was saying how I really liked this because it sounded like it was all about misery and sort of like it was basically one of my friends said she's singing about having a party in the streets and everybody dancing. And I went, oh. So I thought, no, I won't find out anymore.
Well, there we have it.
You never know.
So on that note, that's Lithuania. It's done and it's dusted for another year. Let us know in the comments, where do you think Lithuania will come this year? And don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, do whatever it is that you do on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and Mastodon and I think that's it. Yay, that's it. Because I was reading the ticker, obviously, at the bottom.
You're going to have to make it fast.
There's another show straight after this. What is it?
Norway.
No way. Is it Norway?
Norway.
Oh, Norway.
Norway MGP.
So yes, we've got Norway MGP straight after this. And on Monday, tomorrow, we've got another bonus ESC Fan TV. And it's 8 o'clock UK time, 9 o'clock Central European time. We are doing Poland and Estonia. So come and join us then, but not till you've watched the one after this as well. Let's say goodbye to our panellists. Thank you very much, Donna.
Thank you very much. And I'll see you again in a few minutes.
Thank you very much, Paul and Andrew.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Yep.
And thank you very much, Matt.
Thank you, guys. Nice to see you.
And it's goodbye from me. You won't be seeing me again till tomorrow, but you'll see Phil. But until then, it's bye.